testing. Hurricane Mike Show is on the air.
And we are live for episode 129 of the Hurricane Mike Show. And Dad, we've made it. We have officially made it, man. The NFL season kicked off last night. We'll be going into full detail of all the games coming this upcoming Monday. For that, I got a question for you, though. How you feel about that game last night before, we do how we usually do?
Spitgate? Yeah, I kind of liked it. It was cool. Got a little spitting, a little ejections. It had everything, boy.
Yeah, that game was wild. But guess what? Jalen Carter lasted more time than the Falcons are going to be this season. Because why?
Because they don't need no Spitgate to suck. And they do suck.
Amen to that, huh? Yeah, it's crazy though, man. Every year, they're literally the new Cowboys, bro. It feels like every year they say they're going to the Super Bowl, and every year they don't even. At least with the Cowboys, at least they make the playoffs from time to time. They can't even make the playoffs once, bro.
And when they do, 28-3 happens.
Yeah, that's crazy. Man, they be choking so hard, you think that they're just trying to eat a meatball whole, bro. So bad they are. But anyways, let's hop into predictions. That's why we're here for. So I had the Eagles winning last night. Dad, you unfortunately had the Cowboys, so I'm currently up 1-0 against you, buddy. So yeah, we're gonna see if you can make this little comeback, But anyways, starting on the Sunday game. Well, actually, no, that's actually incorrect. We actually got a game tonight where the Kansas City Chiefs will be the Kansas City Chiefs will be playing the Los Angeles Chargers in Brazil tonight, 7 o'clock Central Time. Dad, what is your prediction? Who do you think is going to win and what do you think the score is going to be?
I predict I'll be watching some YouTube tonight. Apparently,
yes,
YouTube.
You are. Yes, it is.
I'm very excited about this game. I think it should be a very close game, a high-scoring game, I predict. But I'm going to say this is probably the second game in a row. I'm going with my heart rather than my head. So I'm going to take the Los Angeles Chargers to win. Do you need a score?
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing that? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's going to be 34-26.
Okay. And can you give me an explanation why you think that's going to happen?
I just think, around this time, we play less preseason games now, only 3. They barely hit in practice, so it's good. A lot of upsets could happen in this spot here. In week 1, week 2, you don't really have a feel for it yet. So I think the Chargers winning this game is a slight upset, and I just think Herbert's going to be a little better than Mahomes tonight. That's what I think.
All right. I got the Chargers winning too, but I have it being a defensive game. I think the Chargers win 15-14. You know why? Because I feel like, it's on the Brazil field. And if y'all remember last year when the Eagles played the Packers, that field was taking souls, okay? And I think, it's going to be a defensive game because these are division rivals. I mean, we saw last night. Right? Division rivals hate each other. So I think they're just going to try to beat each other up and maybe take some ACLs while they're at it, So I got the Chargers winning by a final score of 15-14. Beat it. All right, next, we're starting the Sunday slate. at 12 o'clock, where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 games at 12 o'clock, and there is no more preseason. So, yeah, you may see some backups play, but it's going to be mainly the starters playing now. You don't got to watch some Jake Hanna play some football because, they feels like it, So, yeah. Starting with the game, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be at the Atlanta Falcons. Divisional game, week 1 in Atlanta. Baker Mayfield versus Michael Penix Jr. What you think's going to happen?
I think the Buccaneers are just going to be playing with those boys this weekend. I mean, they're going to be wiping the field with them. I mean, where they playing at? Atlanta?
Yeah, they're playing in Atlanta.
They're going to be wiping the Georgia Dome field with their own team. I mean, it's going to be bad. It's going to be Tampa Bay 29-11. They can't even get a right football score. They're going to have 11.
11. Yeah, I think the Bucks win too. I think it's gonna be a closer game. It's a divisional game, and Atlanta is at home, so I think they will play with some energy. But that energy is gonna be wiped out after the game. Give me the Buccaneers to win 23-16. I just don't see the vision with Atlanta. Atlanta fans. Look, I said this last year when the season started. I'm gonna say it again. So all those Saints fans that are annoyed, the Atlanta fans are boasting their team up. I'm gonna say it again. Let them do it. No, don't even say nothing to them. I don't want you to say anything to them. Don't even say how you really feel. Don't do it. You know why? Because when they don't win the Super Bowl, when they don't make the playoffs, when they don't win their division, when they don't get a winning record, I want to see their genuine reaction. So to all those Saints fans saying, bro, I can't believe they're talking this way. Nah, let them. We're playing the long game with these people. Playing the long game. As John Barnes would say, playing the long game with these people. But anyways, and it starts on Sunday. Tampa Bay wins. Dad, do you have anything to add?
Tampa Bay wins. Wipes the field with them.
All right. Next game, we got another divisional matchup, but this time we're going to the AFC North as the Cincinnati Bengals will be at the Cleveland Browns. We're going to see Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Trey Hendrickson got extended. They finally got the deal done with Shamar Stewart, and they're going to Cleveland where they are going to meet Joe Flacco. Can he have that 2023 magic again? We'll see. The Bengals usually struggle in week 1. However, they did play some of their guys in the preseason. So, Dad, I'm going to take it over to you. Who's going to win?
Well, like I've been saying all offseason, I think Cleveland's going to be one of the worst teams in the league. And having said that, I think the Bengals are going to be one of the best teams in the league. I think this is going to be the year of Joe Burrow. I think he's going to take this team. We're not giving away our predictions yet, but take them a long way. And I think he could win the MVP this year. So having said all that, I think the Bengals wipe the field with the Cleveland Browns this week. And I think the score is going to be 38-21.
All right. Oh, and guys, I forgot to mention, I decided to do something different. So if you get the score right, you get 3 points. How about that?
Oh, all right.
If you get the score right, you get 3 points. If you just get the game right, you get 1 point. But if you get the score right, you get 3 points, man. So yeah, just to put a little bit, because like some people they'd be picking the scores for fun, but nah, I want us to get these freaking things 100%. So yeah, all right, but you got Bengals winning 38-21. I got the Bengals winning as well. I just think I think the Browns. I think they're going to be a solid team this year, but I do think with that being said, I think the Bengals are out for revenge this season because they're going to be like, man, how do we have the best offense in football last season and we went 9-8? That still don't make no sense. So they're going to be like, nah, man, we're going to take our vengeance out on Cleveland. I think it will be a close game because the Bengals defense can't stop a nosebleed. So give me the Bengals to win 24-22. Next, we're going to go all the way to Indianapolis, where they just watched their NBA team make the NBA Finals. We're going to see if that luck can transfer to the NFL team. Probably not, but hey, maybe. As the Miami Dolphins will be at the Indianapolis Colts. Man, this is going to be Daniel Jones, because they decided to roll with him. Daniel Jones playing against Tua. It's going to be a weird game. Dad, what do you think is going to happen?
I don't think anything good can come of, running Daniel Jones out there. I don't know. So give me the Dolphins definitely. And I think the score is going to be not a high scoring game. I see a 19-13 game with the Dolphins on top.
All right, you're here first. Dolphins win 19-13. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game as well. I just don't see the vision with Daniel Jones. It's like, we saw what he was with the Giants. Like, he sucks, bruh. Like, what? Like, Anthony Richardson, you should feel ashamed, bruh. How do you get beat by Daniel Jones in a quarterback competition? Dad, you and I could probably beat Daniel Jones in a quarterback competition. This man can't. This man throws bricks, bruh. So give me the Dolphins.
I think that's a telling sign, and I think that's a sign that Anthony Richardson is on his way out of Indianapolis. Because if you a first-round pick, and then now you're a second or third season, I don't know, you can't beat out Daniel Jones. I think the writing's on the wall. You're going to be playing somewhere else soon.
Yeah, they already discussed trade options, so yeah. But yeah, give me the Dolphins to win this one 15-14 as well. It's going to be terrible. Next, we're going over to Jacksonville, where Travis Hunter playing his first career game. Potentially on offense and defense, where the Carolina Panthers will meet him, as we got the Carolina Panthers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The battle of the kitty cats. Bryce Young, can he put it together in this game? Panthers in general, can they put it together? But Dad, who do you think is going to win?
Let's see. Think about this. I got a surprise for you. I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers is going to win this ball game. Yes, it's, Travis Hunter's first game, yada, yada. That's all great. But, I can't go against the Panthers all year long. So I think they're going to win 1 or 2 games, all right? I can go against the Falcons all year long. I don't have no problem with that. But the Panthers are going to get an upset here in week 1. And I think the score is going to be 23-16.
23-16. Okay, interesting. I got the Jaguars winning. Like, I think Bryce Young could do something this season, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs or anything. However, I think the Jaguars, they got a solid team that a lot of people are overlooking, man. Trevor Lawrence coming into the year, whatever. But, they got a new coach now. They got Travis Hunter. Brian Thomas is still kicking it over there. They got Travis Etienne. Let's see what he can do this season. And, yeah, I got Jaguars winning a pretty good game. Pretty relatively high-scoring game. Give me the Jags to win 26-21. Next, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at the New England Patriots. Battle of 2 teams that have new coaches in their facility with Pete Carroll and Mike Vrabel. Guys that have, had proven success with their old teams. Now let's see what they can do with their new team. Man, Geno Smith against Drake May. The old versus the new. Dad, who do you think is going to win, Raiders or Patriots?
Give me the new. I think the Patriots, I like what they're doing over there. I definitely like Drake May over Geno Smith at this point. So give me the Patriots to win 30-17.
All right, you heard it here first. 30-17 Patriots. For me, I think this game is interesting. I could see both ways, but I think the Raiders win this one 22-16. I think this game is just going to be experience, just kicking the Patriots in the behind. So I think that's really why the Raiders are going to win. Giving the Raiders to win by a touchdown, 22-16. Now, we got the game that I'm pretty sure everybody Tell your mom, tell your wife, tell your children. Everybody's going to want to know this game. We got the Arizona Cardinals at your, mine, your neighbor, your dog, your cat, your grandmother's, everybody's New Orleans Saints. As Jerry just entered the chat. Perfect timing, man. What's up, Jerry? Arizona Cardinals at the New Orleans Saints. Man, it's going to be an interesting game, man. Cardinals. They're trying to prove something, man. Can Kyler Murray be that guy? Can Marvin Harrison be that guy? I mean, the Cardinals used a top 5 pick on him a year ago. Can their defense, get back to what it once was? Can Jonathan Gannon rally the troops? But over on the Saints side of things, they're looking at this and they're like, man, everybody expects us to be terrible. So we're going to come out here and put up a fight. Spencer Rattler, starting quarterback, man. You got Kellen Moore in the building. First-time head coach coming off of a Super Bowl win. Chris Olave, he's back in the fold. You don't got Derek Carr no more. It's like I said with the Raiders and Patriots, but it's a quarterback situation. Out with the old, in with the new. Bro, Mike and Big Warren, what's good? What's good, Kyle? How you doing, man? Saints, Cardinals. Dad, what's your prediction?
Well, the good news is we're going to find out really early how the Saints are going to be this year. I mean, if they come out and lay an egg against the Arizona Cardinals, it could be a long year for us, guys. I'm glad y'all in the chat because we got to talk about this. It could be a long year for us if we come out and we look stupid against a team that I think is going to be one of the worst in the NFC. So we definitely got to get this win. So my prediction is Saints are going to get this win. Come on, who that?
All right, what's your score?
I'm thinking about it. That's why I said who that. It gives me time to think. I'm going to go 23-18.
18, okay. Now, look, if you're right, I would love that. However, I'm going to try to keep my bias out of this. Yes, I do want the Saints to win. But it's Spencer Rattler's first career start as being the official starting quarterback week 1. It's Kellen Moore's first game. I think this is going to be kind of like that 4th preseason game for the Saints because now you got all the starters. You got to see what works. I do think it will be a close game. I don't think the Cardinals will mop the floor like a lot of people are saying. And I think the Saints will prove a lot of people wrong, even though we will lose this game. I think the Cardinals win 30-23, but I would not panic yet if I'm a Saints fan. Because, it's a long season. And just because I got the Saints losing week 1 doesn't mean I'm going to have them losing week 2. So I think, unfortunately, the Cardinals will win, but maybe the Saints will bounce right back. But still, man, it's always who that. And, hey, maybe the Saints will actually win, because maybe they're going to be like, okay, Mikey's picking against us, so now we got to win. But then if I pick for them, then they're going to lose. I don't know. It's something that they like to do.
Hurry, look. There's no excuses this year. Dennis Allen's not here no more. Derek Carr's not here no more. Y'all punching bags are not here no more. So, no more excuses. Got to win.
Yes, you do. You have to win, man. Absolutely. But yeah. Next on the list, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers going to the New York Jets. Man, they basically swapped quarterbacks this offseason. And before I get to it, Kai said 24-20 Saints win. I need a black and gold W for my 41st early birthday present. My birthday is on Monday. Well, happy early birthday, Kai. And yeah, look, hey, like I said, I want to agree with you so bad. However, I think this game could go either way. But I think the Cardinals, they got more experience on us.
It's not too late, Mikey. You could change your pick right now.
Look, I'm not going to do that, though. Look, don't get me wrong. If I am wrong, I would love to be wrong. But it's like, I think the Cardinals are just like, I'm not going to say they're a better team than us, but I'm saying that it's like Spencer Rattler's first game. It's Kellen Moore's first game. I think, give them time. So, yeah. And look, I'm trying to, for this podcast, I'm trying to, keep some of my bias out of it. Don't worry. We can still be biased against the Falcons. We can still agree on that. But, bias for the Saints, I'm going to try to, because, a lot of people are going to be like, this guy's biased. And I ain't trying to do that, so, but, yeah. Hey, if the Saints win, though, shoot, I'll scream from the mountaintops. But, yeah. Anyways, next we got the Steelers Jets. Both of them essentially traded quarterbacks, man. Steelers now got Aaron Rodgers. Jets, who do they have? They got Justin Fields. It's going to be another game between the old versus the new. Justin Fields, this is his third team. If he can't make it work, he might have to say goodbye. Garrett Wilson, man, he just got extended. Sauce Gardner got extended. So they're both going to be playing for something. And on the Steelers side of things, they have a bunch of proven guys, but a lot of that team's on their way out. Rodgers, potentially last season. Jalen Ramsey, who knows how much he has left. TJ Watt, he's still probably going to win the Defensive Player of the Year, or at least in the conversation. So I have a question for you. Who's going to win? Steelers, Jets, in MetLife? Go.
I don't think the Jets are ready yet. I think they will. They'll improve under Aaron Glenn. I like Aaron Glenn, but I don't think right now is the time. I think Aaron Rodgers going there. I don't think he'll have a great game either. I think he'll struggle out the gate a little bit. He's just going to be a little better than Justin Fields. So I'm going to give the Steelers a 17-13 win this Sunday.
17-13, okay. I'm going to go with the Jets in this one. I think the Jets have a good defense, and I think their offense, if Justin Fields can finally put it together, I think that offense could be pretty good. Now, the Steelers, however, I just don't see the vision with Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, I don't. So, therefore, I think they will. I don't think they're going to get blown out or nothing, but I think the Jets get the win. 24-20. I just think, the energy is just going to kick the Steelers down. So give me the Jets to win. Now, going over to Landover, Maryland, where the New York Giants are going to be at the Washington Commanders. The Commanders, man, they shocked a lot of people last season. Jayden Daniels, freaking got them to the NFC Championship game where they unfortunately got blown out by the Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles, who played last night. And, the Giants, man, they're just trying to see what sticks, man. They got three quarterbacks, and all three of them are more different than the other. Russell Wilson, he's the old starter right now. Jackson Dart's the young blood, and Jameis Winston's the goofy guy that if you have to start, it's all right. But anyways, Giants, Commanders, Dad, who's winning?
I think the Commanders will continue what they started to build last year. I don't think it was a fluke. I don't think it was a mirage. I think Jayden Daniels is here to stay. You know how you have some young quarterbacks? They have a great first year. As soon as you get some tape on them, as soon as you start studying them, they come back down to earth. I don't think that's going to happen with this kid. I believe in this kid. I think the Washington Commanders are going to win this ball game pretty handily. I think the score is going to be 24-10.
24-10. Okay, I got the Commanders winning too. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think, both defenses are going to play a part. Jayden Daniels, great rookie year, but I think the Giants defense might figure him out a little bit. But I think the Commanders still walk away with a 17-15 win. Because what I notice every time they really play the Giants, it's really a low-scoring ball game each and every time, man. So I think it's going to continue. I mean, last year, I remember the Commanders got like 7 field goals to beat the Giants. So, yeah, give me the Commanders to win 17-15, and the Commanders start 1-0. Hoodie Jube in the chat saying, who that? What's up, Hoodie, man? We're just doing these predictions, We already got the Saints games out the way, I played devil's advocate, Dad picked the Saints, But anyways, next, for the 305 slot, Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. Cam Ward, first overall pick, first career start. What can he do? Broncos, Bo Nix. All right, Hoodie said 56-0 Saints. Yeah, that's not biased at all. No, I'm playing. Bro, I played Madden earlier today, and I was the Saints playing the Cardinals to get ready for Week 1. Bro, I won that thing 86-82, bro. It was like there was no defense.
What?
I know, right? 86-82 is insane. And I'm like, bro, if this happens in Week 1, it's like, okay. But anyways.
Rookie mode.
Yeah. Titans, Broncos, man. Cam Ward going up against Sean Payton. Going up against Bo Nix, Sutton, Mims. They got, guys over there. So who's going to win, Titans or Broncos?
Oh, man, this is not a question in my mind. I think the Broncos are taking this game. I think they're going to be one of the best teams in the AFC this year. They're going to threaten for the Super Bowl, my boy. Book it. You heard it here first on week 1. All right. So
what's the score?
Give me the Broncos 27-17.
All right. Cody said, "Do you not remember what we did to them Cowgirls last year? Come on, man. I understand that, but we gotta understand. We're not gonna do that every single week, okay? Like we might do that this week, and I won't be mad if we do. Obviously, I'm a Saints fan, but you also gotta keep some realism into it, man. Because at the end of the day, look, I want the Saints to win, but I also want to beat my dad in my predictions. So I gotta do what I gotta do. Anyways. But yeah, Broncos over Titans 27-17. He says, I got the Broncos winning too. I just don't think the Titans really I think this is probably the worst team Cam Ward could have faced week 1, to be honest, with the defense the Broncos have. I think the Broncos get a pretty nice dub, 29-18. Now, the Detroit Lions. Wait, no, wrong game. My bad. We're gonna keep that, San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. Gold jerseys are gold end zone. All right, gold jerseys and gold end zone. Well, dang, give me 100 to 0. Look, Hoodie. Yes, I hope so. Like, if we win 100 to 0, bro, man, I'll wear 2 hats on my next stream if we win 100 to 0, bro. But anyways,
I seen you wear 2 hats last week.
I know, and I was doing but yeah, I was sweating my head began. So yeah, I'll do that if the Saints win 100 now. Bro. But anyways, 49ers Seahawks, it's in Seattle, 12th man. Divisional game, NFC West teams that hate each other. Got a pretty good rivalry going on. Who do you think is going to
win? Who's that, San Fran and who?
49ers at the Seattle Seahawks.
Right. I thought we did the Seahawks already, no? Okay.
No.
But give me the Seattle Seahawks in the 12th man. I think, Brock Purdy and the 49ers are going to have a little rough one this first week. So give me the Hawks 20-13.
All right. Here, I got the 49ers winning this game pretty handedly. Sam Darnold, it's his first career start in Seattle. I think the 49ers, they're going to beat them pretty good. Give me the 49ers to win 31-15. Next, we got the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Packers making headlines last week, picking up Micah Parsons from the Dallas Cowboys, and it looks like he is on track to play. Lions, though, man, there is a divisional game, just sold a vehicle. My customer's listening to your podcast. All right, man, shout out to him, bro. Shout out to you, man. I heard, Hoodie. I mean, obviously, I heard of your what's it called? I don't know. But, yeah, shout out to him, bro. Shout out to everybody who's watching. And I hope, that was a good vehicle, man, because you got to drive somewhere. Just make sure whatever car you sold, make sure that it's not owned by a Derek, okay? Because Derek car, you can't be doing that, man. You can't be doing that, okay? So make sure you sold him the good car, not the Derek car, okay? Just make sure you did that, okay? Because I don't want you going out of business for selling a Derek car. Anyways, like Mickey Loomis tried to do with us. But anyways, Lions Packers, man. Micah Parsons, first game as Packer. Lions, first game without Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. How do you think this game is going to go?
That's even if Michael Parsons plays. I mean, he's dealing with a little back thing, but he might get a shot up. He might play. But I think this is the game of the weekend. I think it's going to be a close one. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a game that could feature, who will be in the Super Bowl representing the NFC. Could happen. So I am going to go with the home team, Packers. Right? They're playing in Green Bay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the Packers are going to win this game 27-24.
27-24. I got the Packers winning this one too. Look, I'm not really too high on the Lions this year. I feel like if they were going to win a Super Bowl, it would have been last season. Because, you're losing your two coordinators, and I understand preseason's preseason, but the last couple of years, your offense and defense have been pretty good in the preseason. This year it wasn't. So, I'm just saying, man, I just don't really see the vision for the Lions. I think they'll still be a solid team, 9 to 10, 11 wins, but I don't think I'll go on 15-2 again. I think last year was your year and you blew it. However, give me the Packers to win 27-17. I think it's gonna be a 10-point win for Green Bay. Now, Houston Texans at the Los Angeles Rams. Will Stafford play? It looks like he will, but he's got that injury still. And Texans, man, they got a lot of uncertainties, I'll say. So, a lot of people are expecting them to win that division, but you never know. How do you think this game's going to fare out?
I think the Rams are going to house the Texans in this game. I do. Even with Stafford not being 100%, I think the Rams are going to win this game 34-20.
34-20, he says. Okay, I think it's going to be more low scoring than that. I think this is a game between two great defenses, so I think it's going to be low scoring than that. Let's go to YouTube. Yes, sir. Amen to that. But yeah, I got Texans winning 18-15. It's just going to be low scoring in my eyes. It's a game between two great defenses against two offenses that really don't really know each other like that. Devontae Adams is there to replace Cooper Kupp. But is he really replacing them, though? That's just me. But yeah, give me the Texans to win this one 18-15. Next, Sunday Night Football, game of the week, whatever you want to call it. These two teams met in the divisional round a year ago, or Mark Andrews, if only he had hands. But the Ravens are going to be at the Buffalo Bills, man. Josh Allen, the reigning, defending MVP. A lot of people feel like it should have gone to Lamar. I'm not one of those people. Ravens, Bills. How do you think this game's going to fare out on Sunday night?
Unfortunately for the Ravens, it's going to look like a replay of last year. I think the Bills are going to win this football game. I don't think it's going to come down to Mark Andrews can't catch the ball. I think the Bills will win 31-21.
All right. Believe it or not, I think this game might be weirdly low scoring because I feel like it's another game between two good defenses. I think there's going to be a lot of low scoring games to start the season stuff because the offense are still trying to get into the rhythm. And I'm not really a big fan of the Bills' offense other than Josh Allen. So James Cook, he's all right. The receivers are all right, but I just think I think the Bills. I think they walk out with the 17-15 win. It's going to be a game where you expect it to. It's going to be like when they played in the division round a few years ago. It's going to be the Bills to win 17-15. Now on Monday Night Football, the last game of the week, and then we'll figure out whatever we want to talk about then in this podcast. Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. NFC North rivalry on a Monday night. That's how it should be, man. Caleb Williams, man, he's going to try to paint his fingernails up the Vikings' alley, man. And with the Vikings, J.J. McCarthy, who is he? What can he do? Going to find out on Monday. What's your prediction for the Vikings Bears?
Give me Minnesota to win this football game. I still don't believe totally in the Bears. Caleb Williams hasn't showed me a whole lot before I start, picking, Bears to win these games. So give me the Vikings. I think a low-scoring game. Give me 20-12.
20-12. All right. I got being low-scoring as well, but give me the Bears to win 15-14. They're at home. Ben Johnson. Let's see what he can cook up. Their defense should be better under Dennis Allen. We whisper his name around here. We don't say his full name. But, yeah. So, we're going to see how their team does against the Vikings. I got the Bears winning. You don't. So, just a recap on who we both think is going to get a win this week. So, Dad, you thought the Cowboys are going to win. You're already wrong there. And the teams that you think is going to get a win this week, Chargers, Buccaneers, Bengals, Dolphins, Panthers, Patriots, Saints, Steelers, Commanders, Broncos, Seahawks, Packers, Rams, Bills, and Vikings. And teams I think is going to get a win. I thought the Eagles were going to win, and I was correct there. I think the Chargers, Buccaneers, Bengals, Dolphins, Jaguars, Raiders, Cardinals, Jets, Commanders, Broncos, 49ers, Packers, Texans, Bills, and Bears get wins. So yeah. Anyways, let's see if there's anything else we can talk about. Just in case we forgot about anything. Hold up. All right, so
I got something that's obvious.
What?
Finally, thank you NFL gods. No 2 Monday Night Football games to start the week, to start the year. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know they're going to be, I think, doubleheaders starting next week, but so yeah, but yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. But how do you feel about Spitgate? How did you feel watching that last night? Jalen Carter lasted longer than the Falcons did. Is going to do all season. But how do you feel about Jalen Carter's ejection last night?
I feel that the spit was inaccurate. I'm sure he was aiming for the face, but it hit like right in his chest. I mean, it was an inaccurate ball that he spit. So Jalen Carter, you got to do better. You got to do better. You got to get that spit up a little bit.
Yeah. But did you see the replay?
Yeah. Several times.
But did you see that Dak actually kind of spit around him first?
He kind of spit at the ground. I mean, I've noticed he was like, or him or other players was spitting the whole game. I mean, you get a little phlegm in your mouth. You got to get it out. Boom, Tuya, Hatua.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also that. So, if you were a betting man, okay, what would be your best pick of the week? Like, if you had a gun to your head and you said one of these games were guaranteed to go in a favor, and you cannot say the Saints, what are you telling people? And if they lose, you get shot. But what game, would you say is a guarantee?
Easy, Bucks over Falcons.
Amen to that, bro. Michael Penix gonna be throwing all the interceptions, man. Man, you got Atlanta fans thinking, "Oh, Michael Penix taking over the league, bro." That man played 3 games last season, and all his games are mid, and some more mid.
Mid.
He had a solid game against the Giants. What did he do? We even had a solid game against the Giants, and we had Derek Carr last year. Okay, and also, you played the Commanders, right? You kept it close, but last time I checked, they don't give trophies for barely losing. And then you played the Panthers, where you got cannibalized by garbage. You got cannibalized by garbage. The Carolina Panthers, a team that we put 47 points on. You let them score 44 on y'all to miss the playoffs. Okay. Bet. Let's see. Also, how do you feel about the Bills signing the GOAT?
They signed the GOAT?
Yeah, Matt Prater.
He's a GOAT at what?
Kicking.
I thought that was Justin Tucker.
Yeah, we don't say his name around here no more.
Justin Tucker.
Oh, okay, buddy. But how do you feel about the Bills signing their future kicker? Well, not future kicker, because he is 41. But how do you feel about them signing that, man?
Oh, they need somebody to kick the ball, right? So if you can still kick the ball at age 41, kick that ball.
Yeah, bro. Gotta do it, man. And also the Eagles, they signed Zadarius Smith earlier today. How you feel, man? They were looking at that film, and they must have been like, man, we need some pass rush. So it was Zadarius, what you doing right now? How do you feel about that signing?
It should help. Can't hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just see, bro. And apparently Charger fans are still angry at the field. But anyways, Dad, you got anything else for us?
Nope, we're good.
All right, let's give our shout-outs as we usually do. Shout-out to Jerry G, the No Chop Podcast, a.k.a. Kyle the Great 84. By the way, Kyle, I'm currently beating you in the fantasy league right now. Currently beating you, bro. Yeah, and also Hoodie Jube, for popping in. But anyways, Dad, where can they find you?
on Mic'd Up Sports YouTube channel, on Hurricane Mike Show, 3 times a week.
Yeah, man. You can always find me at Hurricane Mike, Kyle Phelps, and Keeping It Real, Who That Sports Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, turn the bell on so you don't miss the future upload. And we're going to leave you as always with a Who Dat. And for the first time of the 2025-2026 NFL season, don't be a what?
Don't be a Falcon fan. This Spitgate is not good.
Not, bro.
They can't do it.